Yo, here I am. A bit late, took it easy this morning. Price action is not that great. So, no stress. We've been ranging all week though, so I believe it might be one of those Fridays where we get a bit of a move. This is Solana. I was eyeing at Solana because I really like that setup on the 12-hour. Having swept those lows, those February lows here, nice W, reclaim of the 50, slow downtrend and hit that W and then break of the 50. I would have liked to retest in that area. We did get one here, and then I ended up going long for high time frame trade. Where is it? About here, and then when I woke up, I just didn't like the break of the 50 in that small retest here, so I just decided to close that trade. So far, we haven't gone anywhere. We still potentially in consolidation before maybe potential move up. This was my idea on Solana. But yeah, got out of this trade because I got out of this trade especially because for me this double retest of the 4-hour 200 was bearish on Bitcoin, which happened in the past already. But Ethereum is not really dropping now. I'm short from up here on the high time frame, and I've went short on Bitcoin from here as well, so I'm pretty much break even on this one. With my stop up here, just because this happened in the past already. It happened pretty cleanly. Here, where they had this nice clean double retest of the 4-hour 200, and it did happen on Ethereum. Not this high here. Here, clean. So we got the same thing on Bitcoin now. It's pretty clean here, same thing. Now that we are below, the key is to stay below that 20 and 50 EMA. You want to price to just reject those constantly if we want to make new lows, or if we at least maybe just retest this area and staying in the range. So that's why my TP is down there, but I'll reassess here and maybe I'll TP around there, about there. That's it pretty much. And then I got a loss yesterday on stream. Like the loss happened after the stream, but I did take a loss. Not so proud about it because I said I want to really focus on that handful of really good trades where I don't hesitate on, like the one I had on Friday, per month, not per week. Well, per week, like 1 or 2 trades, but yeah, per month. And last week I took too many trades on Thursday, got a bit tilted in here, with a bad loss here, and another loss somewhere there. And then I ended up having this trade here when I wasn't really at the chart, and I looked at my phone and it just at the right time looked super obvious. Opened the long here and then just recovered the losses of the start of the week on this long here on Friday. So finished break even for the week. And yeah, what I failed to see yesterday, well, I didn't fail to see it because I said it on stream, but then something presented and I said, oh, if this and this happened, it would be very tempting. It did happen. And the last time I had this kind of thought, the trade played out when I didn't enter. So I did enter yesterday, but ended up being stopped out. The thing that I said is that we already had sort of 3 drops, and that third drop failed to break this low, which was showing strength. And this retrace here was way too high. It didn't take this high, but it was way too high to be bearish. You know, it would want to retest in that area to be bearish enough to make a new low. The fact that we had a massive retrace almost to the same high and then couldn't break that low was indicating strength. So shorting from here wasn't a good idea. So regarding the on my day trading, my new rules that I want to follow of 2 max losses per week to force me to be really patient and really wait for the setups. I've got a loss. It's Friday. I've only got one more trade up my sleeve. I'm still up 1.5%, a bit more on my day trading account. And that high time frame account that only decided to be high time frame from this weekend, last week Friday, is in a bit of a drawdown, but positive on unrealized P&L from that short from up here on ETH. So I'm positive on ETH, and I'm break even on Bitcoin. What are those trades? Whoop. That's the Bitcoin one. I had my stop loss here in my first thought because I wanted to, milk it a bit. But yeah, the real stop loss is up here above those highs. I should have had it there from the first place. And on Ethereum, I'm sitting in that profit. So stop loss is reduced here and a bit bigger on Bitcoin, so it ends up being the same risk. So far on Ethereum, on the 12-hour, it's squished between the 250, which is not an ideal spot, and it's sort of like on Solana, having that triangle, which I'm not a huge fan of. But we are in this imbalance. We tapped that supply here. So for me, so far, still bearish. And on the 4-hour, we had this up fast, down fast, went back in that area pretty much, and then so far just holding under the 50 EMA, which is what I want to see price hold. I don't want to see price going back above that 50 EMA if we are to keep bearish. So being very patient. We might not see anything for Asia and UK. We'll see. I didn't trade UK yesterday, which was a good call because there was no setups. There's been like really no setups the whole week. I'll try to do live. So today, Asia, I'm gonna go back for UK. And in US, every second week got consumer sentiment at the start of US, and often it's I found out that in the past we had good setups on Fridays on that consumer sentiment. So we'll see. And I'm planning on doing US as well, live. Do 3 sessions in a day. We'll see how we go. The difficult thing with me doing the lives now and at the same time trying to be super patient on my execution is that I'm more likely to stand in front of the charts and execute on setup like this one here yesterday, where maybe if I wasn't live, maybe I would have not taken that trade. And there's another example of it. So I have I'm thinking about assessing if doing those lives is a good thing. It is a good thing because it forces me to be in front of the laptop, where sometimes price looks average, and but you still get a setup. But if you're not at the chart, you won't see it. Like this one on Bitcoin was really good here on Wednesday. Had this beautiful breaker. I was at work, talked about it yesterday. Beautiful 15-minute W into the breaker with a little sweep. Within the W, so honestly ideal at the Asia Open. The only thing is it was counter trend, and could have really just targeted that in balance here is fair value gap on the 1 hour, which is still a 1.6 all trade, which is great, and it prayed out pretty quick without any sort of retrace in between. But like I said, this could have been the top of the retrace if we were gonna stay bearish and have that third leg lower. You know, I wouldn't aim at more than the inside this fair value gap. But we did have this massive retrace, and then we failed to make a new low. And now it's been pretty average. This is pretty clean structure. W, rise 1, breaks the 50 to the 200, consolidation, rise 2, breaks the 200, but now we're failing, so it might be just those two rises, retraces before going lower, and that might be the aim. I don't think it's a very, very strong setup where I'm not hesitating on. 50% of the week on Ethereum. But yeah, that might be a short here. Just not one that is strong enough for me to risk my last risk of the week. Patience is the game now. For on Solana bullish, I wanna recovery of that week and then a reclaim of Monday high, and ideally the weekly high, previous week high. There is most definitely a potential short here. There is as well the sort of trendline liquidity here on Ethereum, which be careful about. But yeah, something like this potentially. Decent 2-hour trade from to this low. But I do think we'll just keep trending lower and lower. The good thing is that I'm in those higher time frame trades, so not stressing too much, and I'm sitting on profit unrealized, but I'm sitting in the green on those higher time frame trades, which helps me be more relaxed on my day trading session to session. I'd really like it to be a Friday trend where those Fridays when we set off, hopefully continuation into the weekend. This really, this double retest of the 4 hour 200 is just what holds me so bearish. It's strong setup seen in the past. So it's two key levels in validation. So those highs on Bitcoin and that 50 EMA on Ethereum. Don't want to get back above those. And on Bitcoin, like I said, that 20 EMA and that 50 should be what holds us down the whole way down. Exactly like here. Same retest, same hold down, all the way down. And Bitcoin was doing further. I mean, this was a double retest as well, not sharp spikes, but yeah, we stayed so far away from those EMAs for a while. But on the previous high, it was the same sharp retest. This one sharp, and then just holding the 20 and the 50 the whole the way down until that February low. It's really not clean at all for me to execute on anything and risking my last risk of the week. And you know, it might be right about direction or move or something, but if this dumps from here, for example, let's say, and I'm right about this retest, I don't care. Setup wasn't clean enough. With experience, you just get more relaxed and stop caring about whatever happens. And I don't care that Bitcoin's like 60k or 20k or 150k. Day trading, you don't care. This is my account. A day trading one where a little bit in profit. Just that one good trade on Friday and that loss this week on it. It's pretty new. And on the high time frame one, in drawdown, but at profit unrealized. On those two high time frame shorts. Trying to recover that drawdown. Tau, is one that I was looking on a high time frame as well. Tiniest sweep here and big long consolidation, breaking EMAs and retesting so far. But it's failing to make high highs. But that can be a case of accumulation. That's it. I don't really look at other altcoins. They look pretty shit, and I'm not trading them. But every day I'll look and see on the high time frame if, I don't know, something makes sense. Couple of them. I'm not in this. Everything is in the same situation pretty much. Swept those lows. Sort of, whatever you call it. What's that? Inverse head and shoulder. Retest, break above the 50, holding the 50 so far, and same, creating that a triangle. Those are all like just trade ideas that I pop up on a high time frame, but I did not execute on any of those. La 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 la. do like the divergence here between the two assets at the open. Do W retest. Good sweep by Bitcoin. So which is not following my idea of going lower. What do we have news-wise? Yeah, nothing crazy apart from that consumer sentiment. Inflation expectations as well. Same timing, midnight my time. Just watching a bit of the news on X. There's never anything of value. It's like scrolling Instagram, just crap. Clean 5-minute retest here. After that, somewhat W. And rise 1, rise 2. Might get rise 3 now. Should have held the 200. There's not much target to the upside except from those equal lows, equal highs here. Really don't want Bitcoin to go that high because is it? Still within the 50, the 20 and the 50 EMA. That'll be alright. Even just a little tap here, but you want to see a rejection afterwards. Gonna put my 5 minutes candle timer because I'm distracted watching other stuff. So minute 30. There we go. It's on. Can get distracted. It's a nice retest here, those two candles. That's a decent, I didn't see that before. Breaker. Big move down. Reclaimed it here. Here again. I'd like a reclaim and move up straight up rather than another retest. Feels weak. That's a small 5-minute one. Like I said before, this is gonna get taken out at some point. But yeah, like this railroad track and this inverted hammer here as a retest after a divergence between the two assets and a session and a W of the two sessions. Especially having all this liquidity above. It's not something I would take. But you know, let's say going from now to here. What if it does another fast leg up here? You know, like bam, bam, retest sort of a W, and then bam again. It's really hard to have a awesome target here, and being bearish higher time frame as well. Average, but does look alright for the setup. See, this is where we don't trade this because it's just average. There's no confluence with the higher time frame. There's nothing nice about it. Like, what do you make of that higher time frame? That's why I'm so happy I'm in those trades, higher time frame wise. It's because at least I've got a little bit of skin in the game. Gonna pop on a bit of a disclaimer for a second. So people are reminded that I don't claim to be a profitable trader. I'm just sharing my journey. And staying on those streams is good. It keeps me busy. I'm just gonna take that off. It's just stupid. failure to make new house, break anything. So let's see if we get what I said first, which was this. That's very bad. Very bad session open. I reckon the I reckon the energy is gonna come in US. Stay away from this price action. This is real bad. Nothing special. Slow grind up. But yeah, terrible small tight range. Not excited about this Asia session. We're not even in now. We're like 25 minutes into the since the open. It already feels like eternity and feels like nothing nice is gonna present. So, and because I've got the high time frame is crap, I might call it for this Asia session and come back for UK, see what we got. I'm gonna keep an eye on it every 15 minutes, 30 minutes, see if I see something presenting. But yeah, that's just not good. I don't even have any idea of something I would like. Apart from my 4 hour staying below those highs, keeping below the 20 and the 50 EMA, and keeping below the 50 EMA on Ethereum as well. And at some point break to the downside. But yeah, I'm just gonna cut it now because I don't like it. And there's no point in me sitting here when it's average like this. We'll come back for better environment. I mean, I'm gonna come back for UK and the US, I think, tonight, exceptionally, and see if we get something clearer then. All right, see yous.